Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to week 4 of maths. Today we are going to start a new unit. We begin unit 11, which covers length, mass and volume. Before we go into today's lesson, please make sure that you've looked at the Fluent in 5 PowerPoint on the website and given yourself 5 minutes to solve the calculations. Do check your answers on the next slide, just to make sure that you can work out where you've gone wrong if you have gone wrong, and do a bit of purple polishing. If you do finish today's questions at the end of this lesson, please don't go on to the next lesson. There is another PowerPoint called Additional Activities on the website, and there you'll find some problem solving and reasoning challenges for you to have a go at rather than moving on to tomorrow's lesson. So today's lesson is specifically about length. I am learning to understand metres and centimetres. Now, if you were in school, you would obviously have a variety of resources that you would be able to have a look at so that you can get an idea of what 1 centimetre looks like, what 1 metre looks like, and do some comparison, maybe do some measuring around the classroom. Hopefully you might be able to find something at home. I'm at home today and I have had a rummage in the toolbox and I have found this measuring tape. I also, in my sewing box, had different kinds of measuring tape, and I have a ruler as well. So if you can, try and find something that you can use to measure. You might have a normal size ruler in the house, or if you have a rummage in a toolbox, hopefully you might be able to find something. If you don't worry about that, because we don't need that to do the lesson today. It's just so that you can get an idea of the difference. We're looking at metres and centimetres. What I would say is, if we're thinking about centimetres, then if you look at your fingernail, depending on how long they are, you would measure that in centimetres. So that may be 1 or 2 centimetres. So that gives you an idea of what a centimetre is like. You would measure your height in metres, because you are more than 1 metre tall. Most of you will be. Some of you may be a metre 10 centimetres or a metre and 20 centimetres. But that would give you an idea of the difference between a metre and centimetres. As I said, don't worry about if you don't have anything to measure. We don't need that specifically for today's lesson. If you are able to find something, then go around the house, have a go at measuring some things and trying to find something that's perhaps a metre as opposed to something that's a centimetre. So if we look here in this first question, the length of the ribbon is 1 metre. So they have used a metre stick and they've put the ribbon alongside it until the ribbon reaches 100 centimetres. So the metre and centimetre are units of length, and the ribbon is 100 times as long as 1 centimetre. That shows us that 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. So this is 1 metre, and when we look in on the end of that measure, we see that it reads 100 centimetres. So 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. Now it's important as we move through the lesson that we remember that 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. We would use centimetres when we're measuring things that are smaller, but as things get bigger, then we use metres and centimetres. So let's have a look at this question. Millie's height is 1 metre 38 centimetres. So what is her height in centimetres? Well, as we've just found out, 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. So if Millie is 1 metre and 38 centimetres, that means that 1 metre equals 100 centimetres, and then we can add that on to the 38 centimetres. So I know therefore that 1 metre 38 centimetres is the same as 100 centimetres plus 38 centimetres. So Millie's height is 138 centimetres. So this is an example of where we are converting 1 metre into 100 centimetres so that we can give her height only in centimetres. You may measure yourself if you have a tape measure or something that you can do that with, and you could work out your height in meters and centimetres and then put that into only centimetres. Or you might start off measuring your height in centimetres and then putting that into meters and centimetres. Have a go at doing that. So in this question, the length of a room is 4 metres 56 centimetres. Find the length of the room in centimetres. 4 metres and 56 centimetres. Now we've already worked out earlier that 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. So in this question we need to work out what 4 metres is the same as, and then add it onto the 56 centimetres. So pause the video and have a go at doing that. Okay, so the length of a room is 4 metres 56 centimetres. So we can see here that we've partitioned the 4 metres and the 56 centimetres. To find the length of the room in centimetres, we need to change the 4 metres into centimetres. Now we worked out earlier on that 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. So I know then that 4 metres will be the same as 400 centimetres. So I'm going to change this 4 metres into 400 centimetres and add that onto the 56 centimetres. So here's the answer worked out. 4 metres 56 centimetres is the same as 400 centimetres plus 56 centimetres, which equals 456 centimetres. So the length of the room is 456 centimetres. Let's look at the next question. Ruby jumps 125 centimetres from the starting line. How many metres and centimetres does she jump? So in this question, we already have the measurement in centimetres and we're going to change that to metres and centimetres. So we need to begin by looking at how many hundreds we have in the centimetres, and we can partition that. 125 centimetres is the same as 100 centimetres and 25 centimetres. We know that 100 centimetres is the same as 1 metre. So we can therefore say that 125 centimetres is the same as 100 centimetres plus 25 centimetres. Remember, this is just partitioning 125 centimetres. We still have the same amount. And then we change this 100 centimetres to 1 metre, and we still have 25 more centimetres. So she jumps 1 metre 25 centimetres. So we know that 125 centimetres is the same as 1 metre 25 centimetres. So the next question, the snake is how many centimetres long? So we can see the snake is lying alongside a ruler, and then we've got a magnified picture of where the snake reaches. And the snake reaches 150. So the snake is 150 centimetres long, and then we're going to change that into metres and centimetres. So pause the video and have a go at doing that. Think carefully, how many centimetres are there in a metre? And then you're going to convert 150 centimetres into metres and centimetres. Okay, so let's have a look at the answer to that one. The snake is 150 centimetres long. Now we know that 100 centimetres is the same as 1 metre. So we partition 150 centimetres into 1 metre and 50 centimetres. It is 1 metre and 50 centimetres long. And then we have another couple of examples where we are converting metres and centimetres into centimetres, and then centimetres into metres and centimetres. So pause the video in a second and have a go. you're going to complete the following: 3 metres, 75 centimetres, and we're going to convert that into centimetres. So think carefully about how many metres we have and how many centimetres that will convert into. We're partitioning 3 metres and 75 centimetres. And then in the following one, 270 centimetres, we're going to change that into metres and centimetres. So you'll have to think about how many 100 centimetres you have and convert that into metres. Pause the video, take your time and have a go at those, and we'll go through the question in a second. So in the first question, 3 metres, 75 centimetres. We're converting that into centimetres. We know that 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. Therefore, 3 metres equals 300 centimetres. And then we need to add the 75 centimetres on, because we don't have enough centimetres here to make another metre. We would need 100. So we need to add the 75 centimetres on, and we have 375 centimetres. And then in the second part, 270 centimetres, if we partition that into 200 centimetres and 70 centimetres, we know that 100 centimetres is 1 metre, therefore 200 centimetres is 2 metres. And then we have 70 centimetres. We don't have enough there to make 1 metre, so that stays as centimetres. 270 centimetres is the same as 2 metres and 70 centimetres. Hopefully you managed that okay. If you didn't, pause the video and you can have a look at these answers and purple polish. So that takes us on to today's questions. So we've got quite a few examples where you have metres and centimetres, and you're going to convert that into centimetres. So you need to think about how many metres you have, how many lots of 100 centimetres, and then you're adding that on to the remaining centimetres. And then in these two, your question is already in centimetres, and you have to convert that to metres and centimetres. We have some more examples like that, where we have the questions are in metres and centimetres, and you're writing it in centimetres, and centimetres, you've got to change that into metres and centimetres. And then you've got a couple of questions here where you have to choose the appropriate measurement. So there's a Christmas tree and it is about 210 foot tall. Do you think that's going to be metres or centimetres? A pen is about 10 foot long. So just think, if you don't have anything to measure, just think in terms of, you know that the ruler that you have in your pencil case at school is 15 centimetres long. So that will give you an idea of what 15 centimetres looks like. And as I said, you are over 1 metre tall. So think about what height this child might be, and hopefully that will help you work out whether this is metres or centimetres. So have a go at those, complete the work, and then pause the video. I will put the answers up in a second, but please do make sure that you've completed all the work before you play it again to check your answers. And then if you do finish that, go and try some of the additional problems. We'll go through the answers in more detail tomorrow.